And you know, yeah, you know, evolution and blah blah blah. You know, we're just like animals, and you know, we came from monkeys, and so all people are connected, whatever. I said, and I said to him plainly, I said, no. You can believe that you come from a monkey, but I was a fully formed human from my creator. And when I said that to him, you can see the light switch start to flicker in his eyes, behind his eyes. You can see the light switch start to oh shit, well wait a minute. Well yeah, why would I come from a monkey, right? Like, and when you speak it back to them in a way that's more palatable, you really jog their train of thought. Because what the Moabites do in this modern time, yeah, they have their own philosophy and their own history that they come from, but in this modern time, they lean very, very much on the philosophies of Edomites. And so when you hit them with something that's outside the realm, or that sounds more direct and it resonates in their spirit, which is a better way to say it, they actually start to open up and they start to listen. When you talk about many of the how can I say, the cultures of the Orient, you'll find that those of Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, and Vietnam, they hold a certain natural resonance with what you would call Semitic people, or people who are brothers and sisters who are Israelites, right? Like, you'll find more commonality amongst Cambodians, Laotians, Thai people, and the Vietnamese, because that's a melanated people. That's a people who are a little bit closer to God than what you would call a Korean, or an Ammonite, or a Moabite. And those people understand the rhythm of the universe because they're a little bit more connected to us, and in that way, a little bit more closely connected to the Most High, the power of the universe. So what I found is that when you talk to what they would call the jungle Asians, you find more resonance and more understanding among those people than you do among the Asiatic people of the East, which would be your Koreans, Ammonites, and Moabites. Yeah, sorry if I'm just rambling on here. Going back to Psalms 104 and 19. Good. Psalms 104 and 23. Man goeth forth unto his work, into his labor until the evening. Exactly. So man was meant to toil to make a way for himself in this modern time. Yeah, and just carrying on. Yeah, you know, so the Moabites, they totally lean on every understanding or everything that is claimed as science and understanding amongst the Edomites, right? And so when you hit them with true wisdom that comes from these scriptures, when the Most High begins to open your eyes, some of them receive it, some of them can't. A lot of times it's very, very hard for that wisdom to really digest deep and down into them, and they always question something. And questioning is not wrong, but if the Most High has governed you with the spirit of discernment, you'll recognize questioning for just the sole purpose of being contrite, and questioning for the sole purpose of true understanding. And a lot of times out here in the kingdom of Moab, you get questioning from the left-hand side, which is just to be contrite, right? They don't really want to understand or know anything. Good. And so, to link everything up, because of their belief in science, it has caused Moab to be a little prideful. Not prideful in the sense that they believe that they're better than other people, but prideful in the sense that they don't think they need a belief in a Most High and a power greater than themselves. And so what you'll find with Moab is, especially when you talk to them about anything spiritual, what is the spirit? Or, oh, you know, what is this God? Or, yeah, I know in the West you guys believe in a God that comes out the sky. Them not understanding that the sky is not necessarily the sky that the that the Most High is coming from. It's coming from the spiritual realm. But much of their understanding about belief systems, philosophies of religion of the West comes from Edomites. And Edomites have totally twisted the scriptures in these last days, and since the Renaissance period, right? So let's jump into Luke 18:4. Good, and these are the words of Yahweh Shai. And he would not for a while, but afterward he said within himself, though I fear not God, nor regard man. Right, so even though, let me just double check. Yeah, this is when Yahweh Shai was talking to the judges. I believe it was in Rome. Correct me if I'm wrong, brothers. Like I said, you know, I'm not here to argue with anybody. I know I'll probably go off here and there, whatever. And instead of you tearing me down, if you feel that I've gone off, then offer your help, then your chastisement. Offer your correction. Don't just throw me under the bus in the comments or whatever. So I know I'm going off in some places here and not. But so I believe that the Most High is, but I'm on your side, right? So I'm on the side of Israel, as I am an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. And so I also too prophesy the downfall of this kingdom and this system. So with that being said, anyway, let's keep going on. Yeah, so Luke 18:4, and he would not for a while, but afterward he said within himself, though I fear not God, nor regard man. So yeah, even though here it's Yahweh Shai talking about he's citing a parable to help those that he was talking to in Rome, I believe, understand where he was coming from. That can be likened to how these people here in Moab think today, which is that they don't believe in God. They don't believe, they fear not a higher power, or they fear not anything that's outside of themselves. Again, I keep touching on this point. Their whole belief is in the idea of self-reliance. If I work hard enough, if I can create something, which is part of their vein, is that they don't really create. They actually copy a lot of things out here. Yeah, but everything that can help me be better or help me save myself can be found within my own hands and how I work and my hard work and diligence or whatever. And that's going to be to their detriment in the end, right? They're going to find out the hard way that no, you need a spiritual power backing you to support you to make it through this wilderness that's about to befall the whole planet Earth. Good. Let's jump into Romans 3:18. Right, exactly. So Romans 3:18. There is no fear of the Most High Yahweh before their eyes. Right. So they don't fear a God. They don't fear retribution. They don't fear payback for anything, for their arrogancy against the Most High. Right. They will blatantly tell you that they don't believe in a God, and that's totally in opposition of what the Most High and Yahweh Shai has preached, or what the Most High had Yahweh Shai preach when he was on the earth in those times, which he still is in the earth spiritually, which is why you have men popping up in different corners of this planet. But there is no fear of the Most High. There's no fear of a God that they have to answer to for their, I guess you can say, atheism, which is a non-belief in a God. So, reading on, go here. Now we know that what things soever the law saith, it saith to them who are under the law, right? And that's talking about Israel, right? We're under the law. And so part of the reason why there is no fear amongst Moab is because spiritually they know they are not a special people. They know that deep within themselves there is nothing in the universe that ties them to morality and decency, right? And so when you think about the way these people live, like I told you guys last week, many Moabites, they lie a lot, especially when it comes to business. And I think a lot of that comes from their dealings with Edom from years ago, but that's another topic I'll go into. But yeah, they lie a lot, and I'm assuming that part of their lying stems from the belief that, hey, if it's going to benefit me and not hurt the other person, then it's okay. But they don't understand that there's a spiritual price that you have to pay for your indecency and your deceitfulness, right? So they have no compunctual, they have no, not compunctual, they feel no guilt when being deceitful. Reading on, that every mouth may be stopped and all the world may become guilty before God. Exactly like I said, you know, they don't feel that there's any, that they don't have to pay for being deceitful, right? But as we know, those that are in the faith, those that have been waking up, and those that are watching these videos out here, in these last days, they're going to be woken up, and they're going to have to pay for their lies. Like I read last week in Jeremiah 48, the vomit, their lies, they're going to have to wallow in those lies. They're going to have to reap what they sow, so to speak, right? So, reading on.